filling prescriptions for less than you buy them for, you can't even pay the light bill, let alone pay the pharmacist or the tax or buy the labels on the bottles to fill the prescriptions.
Patients, pharmacists, and local pharmacy owners have been pushing for lawmakers to advance legislation that those supporters say would lower prescription drug prices and prevent pharmacy closures. Now, that would all happen by placing new regulations on pharmacy benefit managers, which can be thought of as the middleman in the pharmaceutical industry. So joining us this morning is the Executive Vice President of the Iowa Pharmacy Association, Kate Gaynor. Kate, thanks for being here as well. And then Randy McDonough, we were just talking about it actually before the interview. You own 8 pharmacies right now.
9 pharmacies.
9 pharmacies, soon to be 8.
Well, we're contemplating that, yes.
Okay, so we'll dive into this issue here, I guess. Kate, we'll start with you. What are pharmacy benefit managers?
Sure, like you said, they're the middlemen in the prescription drug supply chain. PBMs are some of the largest companies that Iowans who take prescription drugs may or may not have heard of. They set the price that is charged to insurance companies or employer health plans, but then they also set the rate that gets paid to a pharmacy that provides that medication to the patient. There's often a large spread between those two numbers. They also determine which drugs are on a prescription drug formulary that a patient can take, and they receive the rebates that come from pharmaceutical manufacturers for putting drugs on their formulary. PBMs make millions of dollars, while at the same time, Iowa pharmacies are closing because the PBMs won't pay them the cost of the drugs.
And I guess we'll go to Randy here too. As a owner of 9 pharmacies here in the state, oftentimes, the pharmacists, they have to fill a prescription for a patient when they're owed a prescription, but you can have a lot of shortfall with maybe the PBM not fully reimbursing pharmacies for filling those drug prescriptions. So I guess if you could just enlighten us on that, and how often does that actually happen?
It happens quite frequently, to be honest. Excuse me. As we look at filling a prescription, you have the cost of the prescription itself, the bottles, the pills, all that that goes into filling it. But they also have the services that the pharmacists are providing, right? Making sure the patient's achieving a therapeutic outcome, making sure it's safe and effective medication. We're getting paid less than what actually the drug cost us, let alone just the cost of dispensing itself. And that's happening repeatedly with multiple prescriptions, and especially when we look at some of the more expensive name brands, it's not unusual to lose $50 to $100 on that prescription. So that pharmacist has to make an ethical decision, right, all the time. What do I do to be for the best for this patient? But at the same time, I got to think about the business. How do I keep my doors open? I started this fight with Kate over a decade ago. During that time, we've lost 150 pharmacies in the state. Excuse me. And then more recently, this past year, we've lost 31. And I will guarantee you that we're going to be losing more. And if this bill does not pass, it is putting pharmacies at risk, these community pharmacies. And when that happens, that they can't even keep their doors open because operationally they can't even afford to keep the doors open, then patients lose a valuable asset in their community and access to care.
And we just, actually, Kate was talking about that at some events up at the State House too. Some pharmacists and some student pharmacists advocating for these changes because maybe some folks out in rural Iowa, they go to the local pharmacy in the town square, and if that ends up closing down, they got to drive 40 minutes somewhere else to get a drug, and maybe that's not doable for an elderly Iowan. So I guess what have conversations looked like, Kate, this session when you have been educating lawmakers on the issue?
Yeah, thanks, Zach. In January, we had close to 200 IPA members at the State House. Just a few weeks ago in April, we had a PBM Day of Action, and close to 50 pharmacists came down to talk to senators and representatives about the importance of passing meaningful PBM reform in 2025. Those conversations look like, as Randy said, a sense of urgency. Other states have passed meaningful PBM reform, and Iowa is falling behind by not getting this bill across the finish line. We still have time this session, but it's a true sense of urgency. Those 31 pharmacies that closed in 2024, half were rural, half were urban, and every day I hear from pharmacy owners across the state asking me the likelihood of this bill, if this bill is going to pass, because it may impact the future of their business.
Absolutely. We're going to be talking a little bit about the legislation and what regulations it plans to place on pharmacy benefit managers right after the break.